Minasan, konnichiwa. Davide here. Before I get into the live streaming today, as always, I ask if my audio is okay. You can hear and see me well. Otherwise, I will be talking alone, and I don't want to do that. So I'm waiting for the comment. Hello, let's go. Please let me know if everything is good. I'm waiting for the comments to catch up. Let me know. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Akram. Thank you very much. As I mentioned, if you check my Twitter or on Discord, I'm not going to be by myself today, since it's a very important announcement. We don't know actually what's going to be at the end. We of course hope that it will bring us good news. We've been waiting for so long. It's been 2 years for many of you. But at the same time, I didn't want to do this streaming alone, and I've invited a few guests. During the announcement, I will be able to show you the announcement, since I can share the announcement in this live streaming. So you can just stay here, and you will also be able to listen to the announcement. And after the announcement, we can comment what has been said. So we can try to understand if this is good for us, or if we still need some clarification. First, let me start introducing one of our guests. We have many guests today, so I will do one by one. So be patient. We have about 10 minutes before the announcement is supposed to start. So I would like to invite first Yamamoto-san to the streaming, and let me invite her here. So while Yamamoto-san is going to unmute herself, I want to introduce Yamamoto-san as a big help of all our actions in this year. It's almost a year now that we are, trying to raise awareness. She is the Vice President of Education at Tourism.com. In Japanese, we use a different name, Koronaka no Nyoryogaku no Tobire Rakukai. And, she's been participating on many live streaming. She's been in touch, of course, with people in the government trying to raise awareness. She's the director of one of the language schools that also have been helping a lot. So specifically for students, she has been doing a lot of work. And I want to invite her here first to say thank you very much for this year. 1年の活動ありがとうございました. I know that, like Yamamoto-san, like me, also have a work, but still she put a lot of hours, a lot of time into this, because we know that this was something not fair. So 山本さん、ちょっとごめんなさい。ちょっと私少し自己紹介しましたけれども、山本さんの紹介しましたが、ちょっと自己紹介お願いします。
ありがとうございます。海日本語スクールの山本です。This is Yamamoto from Kai Japanese Language School。今日は一緒にニュースを見るということですね。Today we are going to watch the news together, and like you, I'm very excited. ドキドキね、どうなるか楽しみですね。
Yes, and as you can imagine, even people in Japan here have no idea of what will be the final announcement. So there is no how do you say, someone that told us, or we know first. No. We're going to be with you and listen to the news. 山本さん、ありがとうございます。Next, I'd like to invite one of the admin of one of the most active Twitter accounts that we have, and is Filippo from Stranded Out.
Thank you very much, Davide, for inviting me today. And as everyone, I'm hoping that today's news will be good, and we will not be disappointed once again. So I'm kind of nervous right now. So it's very good to share my anxiety with every one of you, and let's see what happens.
I think Filippo has similar feeling of many of the people watching this live streaming. Has been building up this anxiety, and now we're going to know, what's going to happen from March, right? So it's absolutely normal. So I want to also thank you a lot, Filippo and the other admin of Stranded Out, because actually before I even started my activities. I had a Twitter account since 2010, but I never tweet until March or April last year because of the travel ban. I started to tweet, but I found you one of the inspiration I got actually was from you, because I saw this account that was really trying to raise awareness, and I said, okay, maybe I can do something, especially for students, because I work with students, and I came in Japan as a student. So I've been really got a lot of inspiration from you and the other admins, everyone that has been. I think the first person actually I spoke with, it wasn't you, was Nina
Yes.
at that time. So yeah, thanks a lot, Filippo. I also want to thank you, Nyukoku News, another very active Twitter account. He actually was with us before. He was supposed to be in the streaming as well, but he has some technical issue, so it's a big shame, because we really want to say thank you. I think all of you watching, including Japanese people I know that are following Nyukoku News, is this other account here, because he's been amazing. He updates us with everything. I don't know how he does. I really wanted to ask him how he does, but yeah. So thank you both, and also want to invite to the stream Julia, one of the students stranded out. Hi, Julia.
Hi, hello everyone. Yes, I'm one of the students stranded out, and I am among the students who have been waiting the most since March 2020. So yes, I know this feeling. I'm very looking forward to hearing today's news, but as said before, I'm a bit nervous and worried, to be honest. But let's hope for the best, as usual.
Thank you. And I know that, Julia, you have been waiting for so long that you moved to be scholarship university student to now language student, right?
Yes.
Has it been that long, right? You changed basically your how do you say the school?
Yes, after losing virtually 4 semesters of scholarship, I decided to move on with my life. I decided to graduate from my home university because I was paying very high fees at my home university. So yes, now I'm trying a different way for getting there. Yes.
Yeah, as they write, Brown guy has written Julia the sequel.
Yes. I hope this is the last one.
Yeah, we don't want to have episode 3, 4, 5. And also, I know that you applied through Gogo Nihon. So, I mean, the term is supposed to be April 2022. I really hope you can start, let's say, on time or very close. I think we'll take it, right? If it's middle April, we'll take it, right? Let's hope.
Yes,
let's hope for the
definitely.
best. I see a lot of comments. We will get the comments. We will read comments maybe a little bit later on, because now I want to introduce also another person that I met through the Japan travel ban, and he's been extremely helpful, especially for families. I see now he's leaving his chair, so before I call him in, Arai-san, maybe it's not the right time. Oh, he's coming back. Yes. Okay. Yes. So let's see if I can. Let me do this for a while. There's too many people. Hi. So Arai-san, as I mentioned, has been extremely helpful. First, doing a lot of activities for families, and then also he kept helping students, workers. You've been very, very active. Arai-san, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, yeah. I just got a message from W-san just I don't know 1 hour ago. So I kind of lost, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. But my case is about family issues, because my wife, she's German, and she got a short-term visa to visit Japan to reunite me, but her visa was kind of canceled at the beginning of the December. So I was totally panicked. So I start searching. Is there any other people suffering the same situation? Then I have to confess that I didn't know that so many students are stranded out of Japan, and also like many workers as well, and international couples. So I found myself, I was ignorant as well. So I strongly felt I have to do something for myself and for other people as well. So I thought it's a kind of human rights matter. Not only about economy, not only about convenience or something like that. So it's totally about human rights matter. So then I met Then I met Then I met Davide-san, Sawai-san, Merek-san, and also Muse Kana-san. They are also leaders of the this activism. So I was so happy to get to know you, Davide-san. So I felt so fierce with you. So
same here. As I mentioned, there are a lot of people that have helped, but there are some people that really help a lot, and many of the people here in this streaming are the one that really help a lot. So that's what I want to say. And also, I know that you're working on a documentary, right, Arai-san?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit, like not much, I believe, because it's not ready yet, but can you tell us something about this documentary?
Yeah, I'm making a documentary because of the two main reasons. One is that I was also, ignorant about the situation, so I wanted to learn more through the voices of the people. And the second reason is that I found that
Okay, I think the connection of Arai-san stopped. While we wait him to be back, I want to share with you. So we're gonna be able to see the live streaming. Don't worry. Gonna be here, and when Arai-san is back. When he starts, we will be watching together. So maybe let's do this. Let's see if that works. And I want to talk. Okay, so Arai-san, you were saying about the documentary?
Oh yeah.
You stopped. It stopped while you were talking. You had the connection froze. Maybe it froze again. Yeah.
Stop this network filter.
It's not very smooth. So maybe I will ask you again later. While I wait the connection of Arai-san to fix, I want to also share together with everyone else. I'm going to bring everyone else in. And also I'm going to share one other thing with you. So we're still waiting for the streaming to start. So don't worry. The press conference hasn't started yet. I'm keeping an eye. This is what we know so far. This is not confirmed. So please, we hope that many of these, or even better, are confirmed. But that's from the news. That's what we heard until now. They say that students and workers will be allowed from the 1st of March. Again, not confirmed. That's what we read from the news. And the other categories were not mentioned. The capacity will be 5,000 per day, up to 3,500 per day that we have now. But there are Keidan Red and other groups are requesting to removing completely this capacity. And the quarantine will be 3 days for travelers with vaccine boosters certificate and 7 days for travelers without booster certificate. And pre-entry screening, business travelers and students may not be required to have the pre-entry screening. It's uncertain if it's required for example, long-term work visa. So that's what we heard so far. Let's see if Arai-san is back. Arai-san?
Yeah, yes, but I think the press conference is starting now.
You're starting, okay. So let's bring that up. Thank you. And also, I see Melek is also here. Hi, Melek, very quickly. Conference is starting, so I'm going to bring that up now. Okay, yeah. Here we go. To the sound.
ただいまより岸田内閣総理大臣の記者会見を行います。ただいまより岸田内閣総理大臣の記者会見を行います。はじめに岸田総理から発言がございます。それでは総理、よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、まず新型コロナに感染し苦しんでおられる皆様方に心よりお見舞いを申し上げます。我が国は感染者数の増加はなお大きいものの、これまでのところ諸外国に比べ感染状況を低いレベルに抑えることができています。これも国民の皆さんのご協力 医療従事者、介護従事者、保健所や検疫所の職員の皆さんをはじめとしたエッセンシャルワーカーの皆さんの必死のご尽力のおかげです。改めて心から敬意と感謝を申し上げたいと思います。私は総理大臣に就任以来、常に危機管理の要諦である最悪の事態を想定してコロナ対応に当たってまいりました。特にオミクロン株については、発生当初から慎重の上にも慎重を期すという考えのもとで対応を行ってまいりました。オミクロン株の科学的な性質が明らかとなっていない状況においては、そうでなければ国民の皆さんの命を守ることができないと判断したからであります。そのオミクロン株については、WHO が懸念すべき変異株に指定してから約3ヶ月が経ち、諸外国での知見の蓄積も含め、科学的性質がだいぶ明らかになってきました。また、国民の皆様のご協力により、足元では全国的にオミクロン株の感染拡大のペースが落ち着き始めています。現在、36の都道府県で、先週と今週の比較において、数字が1を下回り、すなわち感染者の数が減少に転じています。東京都でも9日連続で感染者の数が先週比で減少に転じているという変化が見え始めています。もちろん専門家から指摘されているように、遅れて重症者数が増加するリスクがあり、今後とも警戒感を緩めることなく、最大限の緊張感を持って対応してまいります。その上で、私はコロナ対策の基本姿勢、慎重さは堅持しながら、同時に第6波の出口に向かって徐々に歩み始める、すなわち次のフェーズへと段階的に準備を進めていくべきであると考えています。本日はこうした考え方について国民の皆さんにご説明をさせていただきたいと思います。まず、慎重さを維持する点についてです。私はオミクロン株対応の要諦は3点。第一に、何よりも国民の命を守ること。第二に、軽症で自宅療養される多くの方々の不安に応えること。第三に、社会経済活動をできる限り止めないことであると申し上げてきました。この考えに基づき、自治体、医療関係者、専門家等と緊密に意思疎通を図りながら、さまざまな対応を講じてきました。国民の命を守るという観点からは、特に重症化リスクの高い高齢者や基礎疾患のある方に医療を提供し続けられるよう、昨年11月に全体像を取りまとめ、その後も医療提供体制の強化に取り組んできました。前回のピーク時の 1.3 倍の受け入れ病床を全国で確保し、東京では臨時の医療施設を含め、さらにベッドを増やし、1.8 倍の受け入れ余力を確保しています。その結果、感染者数は昨年夏の約4倍ですが、入院待ち患者があふれた昨年夏と違い、重症病床は十分に余力があり、必要な 医療を提供しています。第2の軽症の方の不安に応えるという観点からは、2万5000の医療機関や1万8000の薬局のご協力をいただいて、地域の医療体制強化とともに、ゲームチェンジャーと言われる飲み薬の確保に全力を挙げてきました。メルク社のモルヌピラビルは、全国の医療機関、薬局に13万回分をお届けしています。これまでに5万8000人の方々に投与され、重症化を防いできました。ゼビュディなどの中和抗体薬は、年明け以降、6万6000人に投与されてきました。広く流通するレムデシビルも軽症者治療の選択肢に加わり、先週にはファイザーの抗ウイルス薬も承認されるなど、多様な治療方法が確立しつつあります。国産の経口薬についても、国が治験を全面的に支援しており、安全性、有効性が確認されれば、速やかに承認し、国内に必要量を供給いたします。第3の経済社会活動をできる限り止めないという観点からは、専門家の科学的な知見を踏まえながら、濃厚接触者の期間の短縮、入退院基準の見直し、メリハリの効いた行動制限などに取り組んできました。こうした基本的な方向性は、今後の対応においても極めて重要な視点であり、このまま順調に新規感染者数が減少していったとしても、遅れて重症者数が増えるリスクがあることも考え、今後も堅持していきます。また、感染状況や病床使用率がいまだ明確な減少傾向にない地域については、引き続きまん延防止等重点措置を継続し、気を緩めず感染拡大の抑制に取り組みます。そのため、明日、専門家に諮問をし、国会報告の上、正式に決定いたしますが、20日に期限を迎える21府県のうち、16道府県および27日に期限を迎える和歌山県について、まん延防止等重点措置を3月6日まで延長をいたします。このように慎重になるべきところでは引き続き慎重さを堅持していきますが、同時に第6波の出口に向かって歩みを開始するため、次の3点について取り組んでまいります。第一に、病床使用率などを総合的に勘案し、感染状況が落ち着いてきた地域については、まん延防止等重点措置を解除していきます。まずは20日を期限とする21道府県のうち、山形県、島根県、山口県、大分県、沖縄県の措置を同日で解除をします。第2に、ワクチンの3回目の接種です。関係者のご尽力により、15日以降、VRS、ワクチン接種記録システムのこの入力ベースで、1日100万回程度までペースが上がってきました。手綱を緩めることなく、安定的に100万回以上が達成されるよう、引き続き全力を尽くしてまいります。全国の都道府県、市町村で3回目の接種が進み、今週から前倒しで職域接種も始まりました。ご自身やご家族を守るため、そして社会全体として感染対策を進めていくため、 できるだけ多くの方に接種していただきたいと思っています。そして第3に水際対策の見直しです。これまで厳しい水際対策を講じて稼いだ時間を活用し、病床確保やワクチン接種の推進など、国内の対応体制を整備することができました。3月1日からは、検査、行動把握、そして感染拡大リスクの高い場合の待機期間の設定といった基本的な条件を守ることにより、引き続き G7 で最も厳しい水準は維持しつつ、水際対策の骨格を段階的に緩和していきます。具体的には、入国者の待機期間については、これまでのオミクロン株との戦いの中で蓄積された知見に基づき、入国前検査と入国時検査に加え、さらに3日目検査の陰性を条件に原則7日間の待機期間を3日にいたします。なお、この際、リスクの高い方々は引き続き施設待機とさせていただきます。また、ワクチンの3回目追加接種者で感染が落ち着いている非指定国からの入国者は待機期間をゼロといたします。これらにより主要先進国並みの待機措置としていきます。外国人の新規入国については、受け入れ責任者の管理のもと、観光目的以外の新規入国者に限って認めることといたします。受け入れ企業、団体の申請手続きは、一元的にオンラインで完結するように簡素化してまいります。1日あたりの入国人数については、3500人から5000人へと戻し、今後、日本人の帰国需要を踏まえながら、段階的に国際的な人の往来を増やしていきます。以上、第6波の出口を見据えて準備を進めていく観点から3点申し上げました。繰り返しになりますが、第6波の出口を見据えた準備の大前提は、感染状況を落ち着かせていくことであり、政府として病床や経口薬の確保などを徹底するとともに、皆様には引き続きマスク着用、手洗い、消毒、換気など基本的感染対策へのご協力をお願いいたします。また今後、既存のオミクロン株が亜種であるBA.2 に置き換わることなどにより、再度感染状況が悪化する可能性には十分に注意しなければなりません。感染状況に悪化の兆しがあった場合には、即座に対応を見直していきます。他方、第6波の出口がよりはっきり見えてくれば、経済社会活動の回復に向けて、さらなる取り組みを進めてまいります。まだまだ油断できる状況ではありませんし、苦しく不安な状況が続いていると思いますが、少しずつ元に近い日常を取り戻していけるよう、皆さんと共に進んでいきたいと思います。今が一番厳しい時だと思います。この困難を共に乗り越えていけるよう、もうしばらくご協力をいただきますよう、心よりお願いを申し上げます。そして最後に、ウクライナ情勢について申し上げます。重大な懸念を持って情勢を注視していますが、状況は予断を許しません。11日には、ウクライナの危機情報をレベル4に引き上げました。ウクライナ在留の邦人の皆さんには、一刻も早く退避するよう強く呼びかけております。近隣国において、チャーター機の手配を行うなど、引き続き 邦人保護に全力を挙げてまいります。14日、NSC4 大臣会合を開催して、邦人保護など政府の対応について議論を行うとともに、15日、16日には私自身、ウクライナのゼレンスキー大統領、EU のフォンデアライアン欧州委員会委員長、英国のジョンソン首相と電話会談を行いました。私からウクライナの主権と領土一体性への支持を表明し、力による現状変更は認められない旨述べるとともに、ウクライナに対し少なくとも1億ドル規模の支援を表明し、各首脳との間で緊張緩和に向けた外交努力を粘り強く続けていくことで一致をいたしました。フォンデアライアン委員長からは、先般、我が国が LNG の融通を行ったことに対し、深い感謝の意が示され、日欧でエネルギー安全保障でも連携していくことで一致をいたしました。我が国としては、緊張緩和に向けた粘り強い外交努力を続けていく考えであり、G7 をはじめとする国際社会と連携し、実際の状況に応じて適切に対応してまいります。私からは以上です。
それではこれから皆様よりご質問をいただきます。指名を受けられました方はお近くのスタンドマイクにお進みいただきまして、社名とお名前を明らかにしていただいた上で、1人1問ご質問をお願いいたします。まず、幹事社2社からご質問をいただきます。毎日新聞の小山さん。
幹事社の毎日新聞の小山です。よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
総理からも出口に段階的に歩んでいくという話がありましたが、そこで言及がなかった部分について伺おうと思います。コロナの感染法上の2類、5類の引き下げの問題を含めた戦略についてはどう考えていらっしゃるでしょうか。冒頭発言の中で、さらなる取り組みということもおっしゃいましたけれども、この引き下げ問題が入っているのでしょうか。お願いします。
はい、ご指摘の、感染法上のこの分類の議論ですが、そうした議論についても、引き続き厚生省のこの審議会等において、専門家の意見も伺いながら、議論は続けていきたいと思っています。ただ、仮にこの新型コロナウイルスの感染症を5類にした場合、例えば健康状態のこの報告、把握、あるいはこの外出自粛等の要請、入院措置、こうしたことができなくなるということがあります。今、まだ感染、その拡大の心配が、この世の中で、感じられている中にあって、このタイミングでこの分類を変更するということについては、現実ではないのではないかと思います。いずれにせよ、ご指摘の議論につきましては、冒頭申し上げたように、引き続き厚生労働省の審議会等において、政府としてもしっかりとこの専門家の意見も聞きながら、議論は続けていきたいと考えています。以上です。
続きまして、TBS、室井さん、どうぞ。
同じく幹事社の TBS テレビ室井と申します。よろしくお願いします。ワクチンの3回目接種についてお伺いします。はい、総理は先ほど VRS への入力ベースで1日100万回ペースというふうに述べられましたが、接種率は今日公表分ですけれども 11.9% と、世界的に見ても低水準です。諸外国は早期に前倒し接種に舵を切り、オミクロン株の対応を急いだにもかかわらず、なぜ日本は遅れたと考えていらっしゃいますでしょうか。お伺いします。
はい、ご指摘の点については、まず我が国においては、諸外国に比べて、ワクチンの1回目、2回目の接種の開始が遅かったという事情がありました。昨年振り返りましても、秋の段階、10月、11月の段階でも、1回目、2回目の接種を行っていた、こうした事情がありました。そして、 2回目の接種から6ヶ月以上の間隔を空けなければならないという事情の中で3回目の接種を進めているというのが我が国の状況であります。3回目の接種については、11月11日の日に薬事承認を得た後、12月から開始をしたということであります。今申し上げた事情の中で、手続きを進めていったということであります。先ほどご指摘がありましたように、この3回目の接種については、2月に入って、この接種が本格化していったペースも1日100万回程度まで上がってきた、こういった状況であります。これから職域接種も本格化していきます。接種券の送付の前倒しも進めていただいているところでありますので、さらなるこの接種の加速化に向けてしっかり努力をしていきたいと思っています。なお一つ加えるならば、このイギリスやイスラエルなど、3回目接種を先行した国であっても、この感染者数、大変増えてしまっている、こういった国もあります。こういった国々と比べた場合、我が国はこの感染者の数、これは格段少ないということは指摘をしておきたいと思います。以上です。
ここからは幹事社以外の方からご質問をお受けいたします。ご質問を希望される方は挙手をお願いいたします。こちらで指名いたしますので、マイクにお進みください。なるべく多くの方にご質問いただくためにも、質問は1問ずつ簡潔にお願いいたします。それでは、宮井さんどうぞ。
読売新聞の宮井です。
はい、
水際対策についてお伺いします。
はい、
新規感染者はピークアウトの兆しを見せてますけども、依然として感染者は多くの自治体は、まん延防止等重点措置の延長をしています。このタイミングで、水際対策の緩和に踏み出した理由を教えてください。また、1日の入国者を3500人から5000人に増やすということでしたけども、この5000という数字はどういった理由で設定されたのでしょうか。待機施設とか空港検疫とかのキャパがそのぐらいの数字ということなんでしょうか。合わせてよろしくお願いします。
はい。まず、1点目につきましては、水際対策、冒頭申し上げたように、オミクロン株の我が国へのこの感染の拡大をできるだけ遅らせるということから、この厳しい措置を用意したわけですが、その効果は医療体制の充実ですとか、予防検査、早期治療体制の強化ですとか、こういったことにおいて、このさまざまな結果につながったと受け止めています。しかしその後、この状況は国の中だけではなくして海外においても状況は随分と変化をしています。水際対策を考える場合に国の内外のこの感染の状況の違いですとか、各国の水際対策の状況ですとか、さらにはこの3回目の接種の進み具合ですとか、そういったものを考えて総合的に判断していかなければならないと思います。今申し上げた点において状況が変化している、そういったことで各国の状況も特に参考にさせていただきながら、水際対策についても見直しを行っていきたいと考えているところです。ただ、これ、水際対策、いっぺんにこれ緩めるというのもまた現実的ではないと思います。まずは第一段階ということで、先ほど申し上げたようなこの対策を、水際対策を、見直させていただきました。そしてその際に、この5000という数字について、どうしてなのかというご質問がありましたが、この、入国者総数につきましては、振り返りますと、昨年の3月に、 上限、2000人程度としたということがありました。そして昨年、8月にこれを3500人にしたということがありました。そしてその後、昨年の11月に5000人に拡大をした。こうしたこの入国者総数の制限を行ってきました。しかしその後、11月にオミクロン株のこの発生を受けて5000人を3500人に減らした。こういった経緯をたどってきました。こういった経緯も振り返りながら、まずは第一段階、この水際対策を緩和するということで、3500人を5000人に戻したということであります。今後もこの内外の感染状況ですとか、それからこの各国の水際対策、そしておっしゃるように、その検疫体制等をしっかり睨みながら、この数字につきましても、このどうあるべきなのか、しっかり検討は続けていきたいと思っています。以上です。
次の篠原さん。
テレビ東京の篠原です。よろしくお願いします。ウクライナ情勢をめぐってなんですけれども、岸田総理ですね、今日の岸田派の会合で、力による現状変更を許せば、アジアにもこうした影響が及ぶことを考えないといけないと、このように言及をされました。アジアにおける力による現状変更という懸念はですね、たびたび中国を念頭にですね、議論されますけれども、ウクライナ問題のアジアへの影響ということについて、具体的に総理、どのような認識、懸念を持っているのか、お聞かせください。
このウクライナ情勢は大変緊迫した状況にありますが、この力によるこの現状変更ということを認めますと、ヨーロッパのみならず、アジア、そしてさらにはアジアのみならずですね、国際社会全体に誤ったメッセージを発することになってしまう、こうした問題意識を持っています。だからこそ、こうした状況に対して外交努力を通じて緊張緩和につなげていかなければいけない。こういったことを各国の首脳ともこの意見交換を行いながら確認をしているということであります。これ、ウクライナの情勢自体、今後どういった具体的なこの動きになるのか、これはまだまだこの予断は許されない状況でありますので、この具体的にアジアや他の各国にどんな影響が、他の地域にどんな影響があるのかということは申し上げることは控えなければならないと思いますが、今申し上げた基本的な考え方は大事な考え方だと思っています。これからもこの緊張緩和に向けて各国の首脳とともに外交努力は続けていきたいと思っています。
次は、長谷川さん。
NHK の長谷川と申します。今の質問の関連になるんですけれども、総理、この後ロシアのプーチン大統領と電話会談に臨まれるというふうに伺っておりますけれども、ウクライナ情勢をめぐって、具体的にどのような話し合いをしたいとお考えでしょうか。
はい、プーチン大統領との会談につきましては、適切な時期に実施したいということで、その取り組んでいます。この調整を行っているということであります。先ほど申し上げた、この力による現状変更は決して認めることはできない。こういった考え方において、さらには日本とロシアのこの関係を考えても、この緊張緩和に努めなければいけない。ぜひこうした外交努力、各国の外交努力に応えていただくよう働きかけを行うことは大事であると思っています。以上です。
それでは後列、ブゼットさん。
ジャパンフォワードのブゼット・アリエルと申します。水際対策についてなんですけれども、観光目的での新規、入国の緩和について、今後の見通し、どの形で考えていらっしゃるのか、この点についてお願いいたします。
はい、 先ほども申し上げたように、今回、この外国人の方については、観光目的以外の外国人の方の入国を認めさせていただくということを申し上げました。その中で観光について見通しはどうかというご質問でありますが、観光目的の入国については、国の内外のこの感染状況、そして主要国の水際対策の状況、さらには我が国の検疫体制のこの実施状況、こうしたものを勘案しながら、今後、段階的に見直しを検討していく中で、その観光目的の入国の再開時期について検討していきたい。ですから全体のこの外国人の方の入国の議論する中で、観光目的の入国の再開時期について検討していくという方針で臨んでいきたいと思っています。
では次の方、じゃあ山崎さん。
日本テレビの山崎です。3回目のワクチン接種についてお伺いいたします。高齢者施設でクラスターが起きていまして、専門家からも早期の高齢者施設へのワクチン接種が強く求められています。政府もいち早く接種の2回目からの間隔を前倒しして、呼びかけていましたけれども、接種が進んでいない現状があります。どうして今、高齢者施設への接種について、総理は現状どう認識しているのかと、なぜ接種が進まないのか、その要因をどう捉えているのか、で今後どのような対策を打とうと考えているのか、お聞かせください。
はい。高齢者施設の入所されている方、あるいは職員の方に対するこの接種、これは極めて重要だと認識をしています。政府としましても、先ほど申し上げました、第3回目の接種、この全体を進めていく中にあって、まずはこの高齢者施設における入所者、あるいは職員の方の接種は大事であるということで、最優先で取り組ませていただき、12月17日の日から2回目接種完了後、6ヶ月に接種間隔を短縮するとともに、必要なワクチンについても十分な量を供給してきたということであります。しかしながら、ご指摘のように十分接種が進んでいないのではないか、こういったご指摘があります。この政府としましても、1月の28日の日に、改めて厚生労働省から全国の自治体に対しまして、施設と自治体が密に連携を取り、接種を推進するということ、そして接種券がなくても3回目の接種は可能であるということ、そしてモデルナ社のワクチンも積極的に活用すること、こういったことを通知させていただいた、こうしたことであります。すでに大半の自治体において、施設接種、あるいは巡回接種に取り組んでいただいているところであり、ぜひ希望する入所者の方等への接種は、しっかり進めていくべく、全力で取り組んでいきたいと考えております。
次に佐藤さん。
北海道新聞の佐藤です。総理は今日も含めてですね、最悪の事態を想定ということを繰り返しおっしゃられていまして、ワクチンの3回目接種のをめぐる、先ほどもおっしゃいましたけれども、当初の判断やですね、検査キットの備え、現在多数いる自宅療養者の対応などでですね、本当にその最悪の事態を想定しておられたのか、不十分な点はなかったのかということを、まず1点お伺いするのとですね、加えて総理の記者会見は約1ヶ月半、行われていません。で今のように代表者以外の質問を受け付ける形式では約2ヶ月行われていませんでした。第6波は 感染者数や1日の死者数で過去にない大きな流行となったわけですが、状況が悪化する局面で情報発信しなかったのは問題だったのではないかと思うんですが、ご見解をよろしくお願いします。
はい、まず1点目につきましては、今の政権におけるこの新型コロナ対策のこのありようについては、さまざまな個々の指摘、あるいはご批判については、これは謙虚に受け止めなければならないとは思いますが、今のこの政権における対策の最大のポイントは、去年の11月に全体像で示したように、まずはこの昨年の夏の状況をしっかり振り返って、十分な医療提供体制をしっかり用意する。その上で、ワクチンによる予防、そして検査キット等による検査、そして経口治療薬による早期治療、こうした流れを強化する。この全体像を用意するということが今の政権における対応の大変重要なポイントだと思います。一つ一つももちろん大事でありますが、こうした全体像をしっかり用意することによって国民の皆さんにより安心を感じてもらえるような体制を作っていく、これがポイントであったと思います。ぜひこれからもこの全体像をしっかりと説明することによって国民の皆さんにこの少しでも安心を感じていただけるように努力を続けていくことが大事であると思います。足元、感染拡大のペースは落ち着いており、そして昨年の4倍のこの新規感染者数は報告されていますが、病床あるいは重症病床、重症者病床、こうしたものについてはまだ余力があるというこの現状について、しっかり見ていただきながら、この国民の皆さんにご協力をお願いしていきたいと思っています。そして2点目のこの会見の件ですが、こうした記者会見については、ご指摘のようにしばらく時間が空いたということかと思いますが、私も今週に入りまして、昨日も一昨日もぶら下がり会見という形で、発信をさせていただき、そして、この長い日には30分近くにもわたってさまざまな質問を受けさせていただいてきました。政権が発足してから数えますと、ぶら下がり会見は60回以上に及んでいると思います。会見の形は違うのかもしれませんが、さまざまな形を通じて発信を続けるということは大事であると思い、そうした努力を続けているところです。発信の形についてはいろんなご意見もあるようですので、そういった意見もしっかり受けたまりながら、適切な発信の状況については考えていきたいと思っています。以上です。
次にご質問1問でお願いしたいんですけれども、それでは七尾さん。
連日お疲れ様です。ドワンゴニコニコの七尾です。よろしくお願いします。新型コロナにおけます若者のワクチン接種についてお聞きします。ピークアウトし、今後収束に向かえば向かうほど、若者のワクチン接種率が課題になる可能性がこれ高まると思います。無症状で重症化する確率が低いと言われている若者のワクチン接種について総理はどうお考えなんでしょうか。どう対応したらよいかと思っている若者も少なくないと思います。よろしくお願いします。
はい、若い方々の接種についても、すでに1回目、2回目の接種を振り返りましても、若い方も8割以上の方々が接種を受けているという現状があります。この接種につきましても、若い人たちの間においても、理解は進んでいると思います。今後、3回目の接種ということについても、ご自身や あるいは家族の方々を守るという観点だけではなくして、社会全体のこの安心安全を守るという観点からも、ぜひご協力をいただきたいということ、さらには何といっても3回目の接種をはじめとするこのワクチン接種が安全であり、そして有効であるということ、こういったことについて丁寧に説明を続けることによって、より若い方々にもご理解をいただき、ご協力をいただき、そして接種を進めていただける、こういったことにつながっていくよう努力をしていきたいと思っています。以上です。
それではそのお隣、伊藤さん。
ラジオ日本の伊藤と申します。よろしくお願いします。総理、今日は総理の在職期間がですね、今日でちょうど127日目を迎えました。この間、新型コロナをはじめですね、いろんな外交の問題なんかに関して、数々の政治決断を行いました。その際ですね、総理としての、非常に初歩的な質問なんですが、一国の総理としての判断の基準は何だったんでしょうか。その辺をちょっと教えてお尋ねしたいんですが、よろしくお願いします。
はい。判断の基準。一言で言うならば、何が国民の皆さんにとってベストなのかということではないかと思っています。総理に就任してから本当にさまざまな課題に直面しました。特に新型コロナ対応、さらには国際情勢に関しましては、大変目まぐるしく動きもありましたし、新しい課題が次々と出てくる、こうしたことでありました。こうした状況の変化の中で、この決断をするということになりました場合に、一つ決断をしたとしても、状況がどんどん変化していくわけですから、その際に国民の皆さんにとって、より良いものがこっちだというふうに判断したならば、その際には躊躇なくこの対策を進化させる、こうした機動的な判断は重要であると思ってきましたし、そういった判断に基づいてさまざまな決断をしてきた、こうしたことでありました。この総理としてのこの決断、判断、改めて大変重たいなということも感じてきました。いろいろ難しい判断の連続ではありましたが、最後は自分で決めるんだという覚悟で物事を判断してきた、こうしたことであったと振り返っています。以上です。
鹿島さん。
フジテレビの鹿島です。はい、足元の原油高や、物価高によって、その国民生活への影響を懸念する声が日増しに高まっていると思います。岸田総理は、これまでの対策の効果を検証しつつ、内外の情勢を見据えたさらなる対策を検討する考えを示されていますけれども、現在、具体的にどのような検討をされているのか教えてください。
はい、原油をはじめとする物価高については、我が国の経済、そして国民生活に大きな影響が出る、大変、
I was mute because I was listening with you guys, and I got back here since the questions that have been asked were not related to the borders, and I think we got the main informations. I want to also call in, let's see here, let me call first Arai-san.
Yes.
As a Japanese person, you have a very, very high responsibility now to make sure we got it right. But I think, and then you can add on top of me, or you can correct me if I'm wrong. The main points is that from March, the number of people entering the country will be 5,000.
Yes.
And the people allowed will be basically entries that are not tourists. So he was very general in saying everyone that is not tourist, right?
Yeah, basically, I found there's no new information, as I said. Like I already told. And then my main question is that what non-tourist means. So I expect that he explains a little bit more details about non-tourist means that international couples or someone who has a very urgent reason, but he or she needs to have a tourist visa to visit Japan. So my question is if those people could be accepted or not, but there is no answer. So much disappointed.
So is the meaning of the visa status or is the purpose of visiting Japan? Because if it's the purpose, there are many people that have not tourist reason, but they will go with a tourist visa. So we hope them to be included as well. But it wasn't clear, right?
Yeah, but if I remember his statement, like a former statement, if he said something non-tourist, he's mainly talking about visa holders. So if someone has the tourist visa, I think that means tourist, even if that person has another reason. So that's
okay.
Yeah,
so in that case, for example, unmarried couple wouldn't be included, right? Will not be included in this relaxation in the first one.
Yeah, I very hope they are also included. Yeah. It's so unclear. And I remember that he said he's going to tell something more details, or ministers will do tomorrow after the conference. So I think we will know more tomorrow.
I'm sure we will know tomorrow at 9 p.m. because I was surprised that today the press conference was not on Friday night.
Right.
But because it's always on Friday night. But I think the details will come on Friday night. Another thing that he said about the quarantine, and it should be 3 days. So from 7 it goes to 3 days. However, if you got the third dose of vaccine and you are not from the, let's say, high-risk countries that are decided by, of course, the Japanese government, you don't have to quarantine, right? So for people that have the vaccine booster and also they come from okay countries in the sense of the corona cases, I think that's what he meant. You don't have to quarantine, otherwise 3 days.
Yes.
I think a very important point is that he said that if the infection situation get worse, they will review the situation, which is very, very worrying. I think these words are very open. I don't know. I want to maybe ask also Melek about it, since we were commenting in the chat during the announcement. Melek, what do you think about this?
Yes. So, like Arai-san, I'm a little concerned. I mean, he clearly said shinki, which means, implies visa holders, right? It's not, he did say anyone who is coming not with the purpose of tourism. So, I mean, the good news is that he's not distinguishing among types of visa holders. But I do think he's distinguishing between visa holders and tourists who are usually not visa holders, which, isn't always the case. But basically anyone who has to come in on a so-called tourist visa will be put in a different pile, right? Now, will people like that be able to come in on humanitarian grounds? Yes. But what I learned from my case with my children is that I came in as sponsored by the Japan Foundation, but because my children came in on an emergency visa, I was their sponsor, right? So it wasn't a tourist visa; it was still it's still a 1-year visa, but it went through different pathways, is what I'm saying. So it's not the same group at the ministry that approved my visa as the ones who approved my children's visas. So I think that's important to understand. I think that the blanket, this is a very open statement and includes interns, workers, students, married couples, children, close family members, I assume, but probably does not intrinsically include unmarried couples, same-sex couples. So, yeah, that's not great. The other thing I was going to say is, like you said, Davide, we'll hear the details probably soon, maybe tomorrow night, who knows? But I think somebody said on Twitter, I can't remember, wait until the details are up on the various government websites before you pass judgment on this, or before you jump to conclusions, because it's all in the details. If you do the math, 5,000 entries per day is still relatively low, right? And there's no indication of what the procedure will be, and no indication of yet anyway of who gets priority, in what order will they let people in. So those were my thoughts based on what he said.
If they run a full capacity, 5,000, if they do though, and it's only for foreigners, which I don't think so. I think it includes every entry. But let's say very optimistic scenario, it will take 74 days to welcome everyone waiting, which is not too bad.
No.
But again, they cannot really run it exactly 5,000 per day. First, it will take some time before they process people waiting. So it's not that every day from the 1st of March we will have 5,000. So
yeah,
I think they should really remove this cap, because it doesn't make much sense. It's very hard to track. I mean, I can imagine all the work that they have to do only to make sure that only 5,000 people can enter. So I hope they, when the case go down very quickly, they review that. For me, the main point, and then I would like to ask students, workers. We have them going ready to be in this live stream, so we can hear their opinion. But before I ask them, I think everything was confirmed. What we heard from the news from Nikkei Asia pretty much 1 week ago. So in that sense, not big excitement, but not disappointment. However, the devil is in the details. We want to wait tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. I don't know how long it's going to take for example, Ministry of Education website updating the info for students, or METI, the work ministry, updating information for workers, and so on. And the MOFA as well, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website, updating all the information, because last November we had a similar feeling that finally Japan was reopening, and then we realized it was I wouldn't say a joke, but very close to be, since people had to wait weeks only to be processed. So I hope it's not going to be like November, but until we get the details, I think we should really, don't be overexcited. And the second thing is that since Kishida-san, the Prime Minister Kishida, said that depending on how the infection situation will evolve, we will adjust our measures. I think that's very worrying, because of course we can't live in a world or in a country that keeps opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closes, because that's messing up with the life, not just with foreigners, but also with people in Japan that are ready to welcome or not the foreigners, and we know a lot of people are affected by that. So I think we should find a very sustainable situation at some point, where if the borders open under certain conditions, they stay open, and I think we should try to work for that. But more than me, I want to know a little bit. Thank you, Arai-san and Melek. I will put you on hold for a sec. I know it's been already 1 hour. In case you have to leave, you can just go. But if you want to stay, of course, I will be like to talk to you later.
I'll have to leave, Davide, if that's okay. I have to make dinner.
Yes, of course.
It was really nice seeing everybody.
Yes,
so
thank you,
please, it is good news, but let's be careful. And Davide, Julia had a couple more comments in the chat.
Yeah, I'll call her now. Okay.
So I'm crossing my fingers, and we'll keep keeping tabs on what's going on. So
okay.
I'll see you later.
Thank you, Melek, as always, and thank you very much for all your help for families, students, workers all the time. Thank you.
Likewise. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao. I'm gonna say little. Yeah, I'm gonna say little while. I'm gonna say little while. So
okay, thank you. I will call you in a sec.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna also invite Hanif to the streaming. Hanif is a worker from Indonesia. Hi, Hanif.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. It's a bit loud around you. Maybe.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Or maybe it's that, right? It's a bit loud around you. So I will ask you a few questions in 2-3 minutes. So maybe you can try to make it quiet. First, let's hear from Giulia and Filippo. So, what are your comments about the statement from Prime Minister Kishida?
Giulia, please go. You also hear the whole conference, so please go ahead.
Yes, I'm trying to get more information now. It was very difficult because I'm doing many different things at the moment, but I think he repeated once again that tourists are not allowed at the moment, and for more detailed information we should wait because the rules are still under consideration. So I'm sure we will receive an update in a few hours, I hope, through other channels, for example, the institutional ones or the Minister of the Student, the Max, etc. But my first comment is that I expected nothing different because, of course, this kind of press conferences are very general. In fact, when the journalists keep asking the same questions, Kishida-san gave the same answer. So he repeated once again that tourists are not allowed, and even if more detailed questions were asked, the answer are always the same. So I think we should wait, and hopefully this time would be better, because he repeated at the beginning of the conference that this is a new stage for the pandemic. So hopefully this time the borders will not shut down after 3 weeks or even after a month. So I think we should, for the moment, we should wait for official information, but we couldn't expect more. I mean, I wish to have more positive news now, but honestly, I couldn't feel like we would have gotten this news now. So yes, this is my comment. What about you?
Thank you. Filippo?
Yeah, like I was tweeting in English the main info we gathered watching the news conference. So my personal opinion right now seems to be shared by all of the members of the Standard Out community, because people are asking like, what about people who don't have the first shot? What about people who have the Sinovac vaccine? What about the COA partition? What about? We don't know. So as Julia said, these kind of conferences are very general in their nature, so we cannot expect any more information by Kishida himself. I also don't think that he does know what the details are, because most likely are like people in the ministries who are now trying to figure out which people to let in and so on and so forth. To be honest, I'm quite positive, because we basically had the confirmation that they are going to do something in March, and it was not as obvious that it could have been seen, because as we know, like there were all the stuff regarding the questionnaire, the people saying I don't want, like 70% of people are opposing the. So overall I think it's good, but as Melek just said, we have to stay calm and see what happens.
It seems there is a question about the borders going on. Let's see if we can catch it. Thank you for.
経済界やですね、人手不足に悩む地方や業界からはですね、この間やっぱり経済的なデメリットの方が大きかったというような声もございますが、総理はその声についてどのように考えているのかという点とですね、では上限撤廃を求める声もあるんですけれども、その上限撤廃になる基準、あるいはその見通しについてはどのように考えているのかお聞かせください。お願いします。
やはり感染拡大と社会経済活動の維持のバランスというのが大変重要な。
Just talking about the economy now in general. I think we missed, because when I see the comment is maybe 30 seconds after our live streaming, so we are not at the same time. Sorry, Filippo, if I interrupt, but I think you express the concept, and I want to ask also to Hanif about since you are a worker. What do you think about what we have said so far, what Kishida-san especially have said.
Okay, is the sound okay now?
Perfect now, perfect.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. So I think it's everything just as expected. Just like for the last few days, same as the news. The thing I'm most concerned with is the daily cap, the 5,000 daily cap. Like me, with the specified skilled worker visa and technical interns, there are thousands of them. Yeah. And they grow in numbers every day. Like there is 100,000, more than 100,000 technical intern, not including specified skilled worker like me, already waiting with such 5,000 cap. It will be a long time before everyone can enter. And mind you, I've heard stories from people. This technical interns mostly comes from third world countries, right? Like Southeast Asia, Mongolia, Nepal, countries like that. And they are not wealthy. Many people have sold their lands, take debts, just to go to Japan. I mean, if this go on with such 5,000 cap, their life are at stake. That's the most concerning right now. But I guess we just have to wait until further details announced.
Yes. And I think it will make a huge difference if you and of course everyone else can enter, let's say, March or early April, or it's going to be July again, June, July, with the risk of, the situation to change and the restrictions to come back again. So I think we need to really wait these extra 1 or 2 days. So we know that, like Filippo said, we should still appreciate the fact that what the news were saying is being confirmed, because we were not sure about it. There were also rumors that were saying, this category will not be included. This category will be limited. We have heard, good and bad news in the past week. But at least the borders are opening. And like Julia said, actually, at the beginning especially, Kishida-san, Prime Minister Kishida has said things that he didn't say before. He mentioned about how we're moving to a new stage, how we need to focus, of course, on the health of people, but also on the society, we need to move on. We need to move to the next stage. He clearly said that. And he also said that the nomikusuri, the medicine that you can fix, I don't know, like I'm not a medic. It seems that there is a medicine that you just drink it, eat it, and it will cure the virus, the coronavirus. That's what it seems. It seems that this medicine is a game changer. He used these words. So I think overall, he gave an impression that it's not like November, but I think we should really continue to work for making sure that the borders don't close again. Now, I'm going to call Arai-san back as well. Arai-san, do you have anything to add to everything we said so far? I know you were listening to the conference. Is there anything new that was said? You're mute, Arai-san.
Sorry, I was watching the conference, and he said nothing about the travel restrictions. He just talked about local businesses and kind of stuff, economy stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you. We didn't miss much, and there were few. Now we're gonna check the comments. So I'm gonna take some of your questions and comments. There is still a lot of you on YouTube and Twitter, but YouTube before we were about 1,400, 500. Now it's a bit less, but if you have questions, I'm reading now. If you already asked a question, since there is so many of you, you need to ask again, because I'm checking the questions now. Screening certificate. So nothing was said about the screening certificate, right? Filippo, Julia, did you? Arai-san?
回については、
Nothing, right? No mention about the screening certificate. So we need to wait for the details for that. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow.
ついては認めるということを
For tourism, what Kishida-san said that he's going to accept visas that are not tourism. So for now, tourism seems to still be closed, but he will also say that he wants to consider it in the future. So what are the high-risk countries? I think there is a list on the MAFA website that is constantly updated. So depending on when is the time of your entry, in order to know how long is going to be your quarantine, you should check that the website. Let's see. So many questions. The fact that Kishida-san said. Let's see this one. Yeah, I think we comment on this. That it's what worries us because things could change again. I don't know if Hanif, you know that high-skill long-term visa, high-skill long-term workers. That's your case, right?
Yeah, a bit different actually. Highly skilled long-term workers may be such as engineers, researchers, managers, something like that. While my visa is specified skilled workers, it's more or less close to intern actually.
Okay, so there are several type of visa, of course, within the work visa, but nothing was mentioned. Was just said, besides tourists, we will accept new entry. So I think also from what we think today, we should still wait tomorrow and the day after tomorrow for details. It seems that highly skilled long-term workers also should be accepted. So quarantine, yes, we have the information for quarantine. So it was said that the quarantine will be 3 days. However, if you have a third shot, so the booster shot, plus you come from one country that is not high risk, you will only, you don't have to quarantine. That's what was said. And connected domestic flights, I don't know exactly what do you mean. I don't think there is any
Sorry,
problem.
Davide. I think it was also said that if you come from a high-risk country and you have first shot, you have to do 3 days only.
Yeah.
So no quarantine for people with a first shot from a low-risk country, and 3-day quarantine for the ones who have free vaccinations and come from a high-risk country.
What about people that, for example, don't have 3 shots of vaccination? It's still 3 days, right?
Probably 7.
Still 7?
I think so. I think that I understood that the 3 days is only for 3 shots people, 3-shotted people who came from high-risk countries. But people who don't have the vaccine or people who have vaccines that are not recognized by Japanese government may have to do the full quarantine, which is 7 days. Maybe Arai-san can help us out if he knows better.
Kakuriについて quarantine, is it for people without vaccine at all, or only 2 shots, for example, or people not vaccinated? Did you understand if it's 7 days or 3 days for them? I think you're mute, Arai-san.
So, I remember that the information I got yesterday, it says, quarantine days is shortened to 3 days if you have a booster.
Okay, so it should be like Filippo said. Thank you, Filippo. Of course, we will check all the details as soon as they are published officially, because we only trust what we see at the end.
Yeah, and I see that many people are asking about the different types of visas. There is actually no information provided by Prime Minister Kishida, so we cannot answer, I guess, those questions.
Yeah,
and that's about quarantine as well.
Yeah. The only thing we know that he said, besides tourists, new entries will be accepted, but it's not 100% sure until we get the
Yeah,
clear information.
Yeah, and 2 minutes ago, some writer just asked another question about travel restrictions, but he repeated the same thing. So like a broken record or CD.
Record.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think what he wanted to say or wanted to say has been said in his conference, and we are not going to get more information today from him. That's my feeling. There is a lot of questions. Okay, so not vaccinated can still enter from what we understand. Just they need to quarantine, still 7 days, right? That's what we understood, but let's wait for the details. That's maybe one question for you, Arai-san.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I'm putting on screen. What about foreign spouse married to Japanese? Still need to apply short-term visa?
I do not know, because there's a daily cap, like a 5,000. So I think the government actually has to filter the entrance. So in that way, I think, they still continue a little bit of the short-term visa requirement for married couples as well. That's my guess. So sorry, I cannot answer with those information. So yeah.
This short-term visa is something they put because of the restrictions. You didn't have it before?
Yes, yeah, but in my case, I need a kind of special circumstances, like and a special circumstances since December 2nd is that someone is dying or someone is extremely ill. That's only 2 cases. But it was kind of relaxed in middle of the January that if you say you have a very, very aged family member, that can be also a reason. So it's already kind of, becoming a little bit easier. So I hope, it's going to be more easier tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, Davide, Nishimura-san just arrived.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I'm gonna answer this question and then invite Nishimura-san, because I think it's the same person that I said I didn't understand. So, Jasi Wardas, we had no information, correct me if I'm wrong, about public transportation, if it's possible to take it or not. But that was one thing I really wanted to know, since we need to organize our students as well. We have a lot of students like Julia and many others, but there wasn't a clear information. But let's invite Nishimura-san. Sorry, Julia? Yeah.
No, yes, I wanted to say that the focus was only to the quarantine, so we don't know about transportation. We hope so, but still we don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold for a sec. I'm gonna invite Nishimura-san, and then we all talk together. Okay. Hello, Nishimura-san. Konnichiwa. Thank you very much for. こんばんは。日本語で英語でどちらいいですか？
どっちでもいいですけれども、普段は日本語ですが、今はみんな英語で喋ってますので、英語でやりましょうか。
Thank you very much. Thank you. So I think most of the people watching, from their comments, especially, they were asking, translate in English. So I think they understand English more. So first, I wanna say a huge thank you. It's the first time I have the opportunity, the honor to talk directly to you, Karyn. You've done an amazing job. I met you only. I didn't have Twitter. I started using Twitter because of the travel ban. So I personally didn't know you before, but I've seen how much you did for foreigners stranded outside Japan. You were, for a long time, the only journalist asking the questions we all wanted to ask at the press conference. So I want to really, first of all, thank you very much for everything you've done in this year, 2 years actually, of the travel ban. And
yes, but
I want to know.
I have to say that, because everybody asked me the question, I had to ask the question to the government. It is my job.
True,
I don't only did my job.
Yeah, but we ask. Okay, so you did your job, but why many others didn't ask the questions? You know what I mean, right? I wanted more people to ask the questions. But so, what are your comments for the announcement, the press conference that Kishida-san, Prime Minister Kishida, just had? Can you tell us what you think about what was said so far?
probably you already had almost the same comment that the one I can make, but I have at least 3 things to say. I appreciated that the press conference give more place to the travel ban, and that the government and the prime minister didn't mention the fact that he received a lot of pressure from Keizaikai, from the economic side, from the student side, and so on. And that is one of the reasons why he decided to change the way the border measures are taken. It would have been important to recognize the fact that there was a lot of pressure, and that he take into account the pressure, but because he himself thought in what it was important. He didn't talk about that. He just say Omicron. Now we know better. We have the time to prepare the hospital and so on, and it's okay now to let people enter. But let people enter, yes, but only 5,000 people a day from 3,500. So it's not so much more for one day, and I think it's also included. It's also include the Japanese people coming back from abroad, but I'm not sure. But I think it is. So in this, how many Japanese people come back from abroad every day? A lot of people come back from abroad because they are free to go abroad, which is not the case for foreign people to come in Japan. So that's the point. One other is the fact that there is a risk that they change once again. And another reason why I'm not so happy with this announcement is the fact that we don't know how much simplified will be the procedure to have the right to come. I mean, it was almost impossible for people not totally fluent in Japanese to do the procedure in November. If it's the same way, just it's online, it will be simple because he said it will be online. And if it's the only reason why it will be simple in the way they are thinking, it's not sufficient. I mean, they really have to allow people to do the procedure in, I would say, 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, it should be done by the company, by the university, and so on, because they have so many people to allow to enter that it would be impossible if it's not simple. That's my comment. And a last one is about the way they are treating also journalists. You know, we are seeing a lot of leak in newspapers since 1 week. I just asked the Minister of Foreign Affairs to explain us what they were thinking about, not what they have decided 2 days before, but what they were thinking about. Even that, it didn't answer the question. It's not good. It's not a good way to treat people, foreign student, businessman, family, and also journalist.
I think the lack of communication, the lack of information is even worse than the ban itself. Like the way we were treated and forgotten and ignored, use the word you prefer, is really added a lot of suffering, stress, problems to all of us. So I think this is a very important point. I want to call very quickly Arai-san, 1 second. Nishimura-san, please stay with us because I want to, of course, exchange a few words with you, like maybe other 5-10 minutes. But I know that Arai-san, which was super helpful today, has to go. Arai-san, thank you very much for everything you've done again. Good luck with your documentary about the travel ban. I will share, of course, more info when it gets ready. But yeah, you want to say something to close before you go?
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sorry that I have to leave now. So I'm honored to see your face, Nishimura-san. I'm following you intensely. Yeah, I'm a big fan of you, so it's good to see your face. Anyway, yeah, I'm making a documentary film, and also yeah, and I feel like I have to, continue fighting or protesting because, this is not singularly about these travel restrictions. It's if the fundamental things cannot be changed, it happens again in the future, because like COVID-19 or new influenza, it comes every 10 years. So our goal is to make the government understand what they did to us and what they have to change, fundamentally. So that is our goal. So it's kind of a long fight. So I'm very much willing to fight with all of you. So please just keep in touch, and hopefully we can see each other in Japan very soon. So thank you so much, and see you again.
Thank you very much, Arai-san.
Thank you, David-san. Ciao,
Thank you.
ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Oh, Arai-san Italian getting better and better. So I'm inviting also, again, Hanif, Julia, Filippo. Any of you wants to ask anything to Nishimura-san now that he joined our streaming?
I just want to say hi because I spoke with Nishimura-san through Stranded Out Japan in chat a few times, but we never met face to face. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to hi.
I would say really I appreciate I appreciated Twitter to give us so much possibility to exchange information between students, between organizations. It was really amazing this time, and it's the way I want to use Twitter, not to fight against the government, but to exchange information, to be able to do my job better.
I agree, and to be honest, I was just talking with language schools the other day. It's been so much that we've been. Of course, I cannot compare my situation to what Julia, Hanif, Filippo, and everyone waiting went through. So I know that for you has been really a nightmare. But from my side, like doing these videos to complain about the government is absolutely not fun, and it's something I really want to stop soon. So what I would like to do in the future, I would like to do activities like Arai-san said, that maybe change a little bit the way Japan thinks about foreigners or about new foreigners coming, to avoid this happening in the future, because there is a lot of people, and the three people here are an example, but there are a lot of people, the majority of people, that really want to contribute to Japan's society, economy, etc. So it's a good thing for Japan that we try to globalize this country. So I hope that the future activities are not about the travel ban itself, but just to improve the coexistence of foreigners and Japanese in Japan. So I wanted to say that. We are still getting a lot of questions here. Most of them are related to this visa is okay, this visa is okay. But Karyn, correct me if I'm wrong, but the only thing that Kishida-san said is that besides tourists, new entries will be able to enter, not tourists, but will be able to enter, but I didn't give any specific information about each type of visa, right?
So he repeated at least two or three times that every foreigner with a visa, except tourist visa, will be allowed to enter. But it's only a question of time now. A question of the number of people and time. Yeah,
time and procedure. Like how long is going to take? What are the requirements? Hopefully, it's not going to be like November, right? But I want to tell everyone, I think still about 500 people watching, to wait for the details, because there is still many questions unanswered. And hopefully tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, when we go to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the MOFA website, and Minister of Education for Students website, we will know all the details. So I think we need to wait a bit more before telling you exactly what you need to do in order to enter Japan. There's a question from Balu. Was there any indication regarding raising the cap or more So is there any indication that the cap will be increased even more?
Yeah.
Because now he only spoke about 5,000. Do we know if he may increase it
Yes.
even more?
Yes, he told about that at the end of the press conference. Someone asked if they will increase the cap, and he said yes, progressively. We are thinking to increase the cap, but he didn't give any indication of the timing or the number.
Okay, that's a very good news. Thank you, Karyn, because I think we missed that question since we were coming back. Let's hope that the speed of increasing the cap is faster than the past 2 years, because otherwise I think we have to wait for a very long time. Screening certificate, we don't know about the screening certificate if we will stay or not. I think nothing was mentioned. Karyn-san also say no. Same as the COE issued, we need to wait for the details. I think tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Yeah, Novax is not approved. I think there are still a lot of questions, but they're pretty much similar questions. Does worker and trainees are included? So what we understood, we need to, again, wait for the details tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. We think that yes, workers, trainees, students are included in the 5,000 per day, and also Japanese re-entries, right? So that's why the 5,000 is not a very, very high, very, very large number. It's still kind of a small number. Of course, it's better than 3,500, but I think we need to aim for a higher number. Sorry, Karyn. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can add something. I think that the 5,000 is to see how Japanese people will react, and if it seems that it's okay, they may increase it faster than we are thinking now. I think he wants to do it gradually with the same purpose and always in the Japanese government to avoid people Japanese people to be afraid too much. So that's the main purpose of the discussion.
Okay, thank you. That's really important to keep in mind. Thank you very much. And relative visa is considered a tourist visa. I don't know exactly this, but I believe if it's called relative visa, that would be a different visa, so not a tourist visa. But please check with the Minister of Foreign Affairs or your local embassy. I'm sure they will tell you that. It's a pretty specific question for me to answer. Sorry about that. So it looks like there is a lot of questions regarding the quarantine here right now. So for the quarantine, Karyn, is it confirmed that it will be 7 days quarantine, then 3 days if you got a booster shot but you come from a high-risk country, and 0 days if you got a booster shot and you come from low-risk countries, right?
Yeah, the location may be also different depending on where you come from and how many times you did the vaccination. So he mentioned 2 types of quarantine in special places or at home. So it may differ. It may be very different depending on the country and the vaccination level. So I think we have to wait for the details, and even the details may change almost every day. So it's important to check until the last time before boarding in the plane to know exactly how much time you have to spend in quarantine in Tokyo.
Yes, correct. I heard stories of people I know that arrived in Japan the day that they were putting the extra government hotel requirements. So without knowing, they were brought to the hotel. Or on the other side, people that came, they were doing the quarantine, and then while they were doing the quarantine, the time was reduced, so they could go out earlier than they thought. So things change all the time. I want to ask, now that a little bit of time has passed, I think Hanif, Julia, Filippo had some time to kind of, how do you say, assimilate the news and maybe reflect how you are feeling. Maybe Julia, you want to start? How are you feeling now? You're feeling positive? You're feeling happy? You just want to wait the detail? You don't believe anything anymore? You want to be in Japan? I know. How are you feeling now? What's your feeling?
Yes, I barely feel anything at the moment because I am used to this kind of announcements. So I think I will just wait here for more details because we keep explaining this. We still haven't details yet. So we need to wait, and only after the details are out, we can be positive or negative. But of course, for the moment, I invite everyone to just stay calm and yes, consider, take a long rest, and don't overthink the things that were said in the press conference, because in the end, almost anything was said. So we need just to stick to the facts that the news is positive for how much we know now, but still we need to consider it once again when the details are out. So yes, I'll be cautiously optimistic. Yes.
Okay, cautiously optimistic for Julia. Okay. Yes. Filippo?
Same as Julia, will be cautiously optimistic as well, because today went as expected. So we didn't have any worse information nor better information than expected. And it's already something with the Japanese government, as we have seen in the past 2 years. So as for now, we can stay mildly positive and then say what happens in the next days, which details will be revealed. Now, of course, the problems are procedures and the cap. We will have to see how fast the cap will be raised and how fast the procedures will be. So let's wait for those kind of information.
Thank you, Filippo, and Anif as well. How do you feel right now?
Honestly, last November I still can feel happy about the border opening, but right now
you felt happy or not? Sorry.
Last November I can still feel a little bit happy, but
Mhm.
now maybe not happy, but at least relieved. Just relieved.
Okay,
'Cause
so you feel something is moving.
Just because at least the border is now open, even though there is a daily cap, 5,000 cap. Okay, it's like that. So maybe I'll just follow the same word, cautiously optimistic.
Okay. I think that comment that's kind of summarize, everyone's feeling, and I think what Julia said about for everyone just waiting for the details, because we don't want to to overthink right now. What is said is basically a confirmation of the news we read, which is positive overall because at least it's confirmed. And we just want to wait for the final details, and then as soon as they come out and as soon as it's possible for us to for example, go to the embassy to get a visa, I think people that can should do right away, just in case, please come to Japan as soon as you can. You never know. And hopefully, everyone that has been waiting can be in Japan. I think, I think everyone is saying the devil is in the details. Yeah, I've been saying this like since last week as well. Like, please let's wait for the final details. But I think we can close the streaming. Karyn, do you have anything else you wanna say? You wanna add?
Yes, just one thing. Do you have any important question you want me to ask tomorrow to the government spokesman or the General Secretary of the government, Matsuno, because I can attend his press conference only on the Friday afternoon. So it's an opportunity. If you have an important question you want to ask, let me know, and I will try to ask it tomorrow.
Okay, I'll see if someone wants to ask the question also here in the comments. I don't know if Filippo, Julia, you have something right now.
My question as a student is like kindly ask that they consider the fact that our semester starts in April. So if we don't are able to enter in April or soon later than April, we will lose other 6 months of scholarships, 6 months of education. So what I would like to ask is to please consider that in April is a crucial moment for us. That's the only thing.
Yes,
Very
and to
important
provide
point.
detail.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Nishimura-san. Yes, to provide details very soon, because yes, it's important to provide detailed information. Yes, sorry for interrupting you.
No. Two important points. So I keep it in mind, and I will ask tomorrow afternoon.
Amazing. So we will look forward for the press conference, for the question, and hopefully the answer is positive. I mean, I'm sure they will they will never give full details, but it's good that they keep in mind those questions, because that kind of make them think, right? You know, they say ask questions so people think. Don't tell people what to do, but ask questions, right? So that's what we are doing. We're asking questions so they start thinking, students, April, okay, let's try to increase the ban. Another thing that we really hope that it will be clarified, I don't know if that's a question, Karyn, but I really hope tomorrow and the day after tomorrow we get it clear, is about the procedure for student workers, everyone to enter. Will be the screening certificate required? Hopefully not, because we want, if they say 5,000 people from March, we want people that have already a certificate of eligibility, by the way, so it's not new applications. It's people that are already eligible to be in Japan. They have already paid for the school. They've already got their scholarship. They've already got a job. So we're talking about them. We want them just to go to the embassy, Japanese embassy, take the visa, takes 3, 4, 5 days, and take a flight. If they delay this for a month, like they did in November, what's going to happen? That you announce it as a PR, that the borders are open, but then the first entrance is in April. We don't want that to happen. We lose a month of entrance. If you multiply 5,000 per 30 days, is 15. No, how much is it? Okay, I'm too tired from the live streaming. But if you multiply 5,000 per 30 days, you can actually have what did I do? 5,000 per 30.
150.
Under 50,000 people that can enter from the 1st of March if you let them enter and you don't create extra steps. So I really, really pray and hope no screening certificate, procedure as it was before. You are already eligible, go to the Japanese embassy, get the visa, take a flight, start studying, do the quarantine, if required, do the quarantine, start studying, start working, and the life finally moves. Again, thank you very much, everyone. I know there is still a lot of questions, but we've been live for almost 2 hours now, so it starts to get to my brain. I start to get a little bit slow right now. But huge thank you to Filippo, Julia, Hanif for joining from the very beginning. I think sharing your thoughts was very important, since you represent 370,000 people right now that are waiting to enter Japan. Cautiously optimistic is going to be the title of this live streaming. I'm going to change it because that's how we feel right now. And a huge thank you to Karyn to be here today, but most importantly to be fighting for all of us waiting to enter Japan for the past 2 years. And tomorrow, good luck with the press conference. We'll wait for your questions as always, and hopefully we get a reply that is not prepared on paper, but it's really coming from them. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, and see you. Matane. Bye bye.